Suspend the show right now.
You're gonna zipline directly into the harpoon?
What do you know about planes?
I know a lot about planes.
Buckle in, dude. It's gonna suck.
Put your hand on the screen.
How did they find out? Who was the one?
This show has gotten infinitely more gay.
The mystical land of New Jersey.
I don't understand how the laws in this country work anymore.
Welcome to the Rebel Radio Show, live, uncut and uncensored on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. I thought about it the other week. I don't know in that intro, which is probably a year and a half old at this point. I don't know what I was talking about when I said the show has gotten infinitely more gay, but it sure has. I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. On the board is Jules.
Howdy.
And our special co-host this week, the returning Eric H.
Yes, hello. So, top of the morning to you.
Yeah, it is St. Patrick's Day. If you're listening live on this Monday evening, 216-859-8699 to text in. It's also technically the start. Tomorrow is the official start. It's technically the start of March Madness for bracketology. Ooh. So you're going to want to enter the March Madness tournament hosted by Behind Enemy Lines and GenericClothes.com. You can do so by Venmoing $1, just $1 to enter at WSRR Radio on Venmo. Make sure you send us an email or a phone number so we can get you that invite code, and follow along with Behind Enemy Lines weekday mornings 10 a.m. to see how you're doing and if you're going to be the one to walk away with the contest winner shirt from GenericClothes.com. Eric H. Is that what we settled on?
Yeah, you can call me Eric H. I'm an Eric. My last name starts with H. That's what you can call me.
Highlander, right?
That's absolutely.
After the Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Japanese cars.
Big Toyota guy.
I have a Mazda. So.
All right, leave. You graduated high school. I was there.
I tried to, and then I did.
Okay. Well, as long as you did.
Or as Yoda says, right? Do or do not.
Yeah,
there is no try.
There is no try.
Yeah.
There is no trying in high school.
Well,
at least that's what this woman thinks.
Oh, tell me about this woman.
There's a 19-year-old, I guess you could say woman. There's a 19-year-old woman who graduated high school, I believe in Connecticut, and is now suing the high school because she took a proficiency test one of her last days there, and they found she has a reading and writing comprehension at a first grade level. So do I, if you haven't noticed. She reads and writes at a first grade level and now is suing the school that she didn't learn how to read and write throughout her entire time in high school.
So
how hard was this test?
Yeah, first of all, is this like the normal test? Is this like
we didn't take a comprehension test to graduate.
Yeah,
at least I didn't.
I think like a state
test
like an SAT
or
something
maybe?
that just tells, or I mean, so she didn't fail the class is what you're saying.
Right. Yeah, no, she graduated with flying colors. Like
with honors.
One of the top of her class.
And then bombed.
How bad is everybody else in
Yeah.
the school if she has a first grade reading level and is the top of the class?
So you're telling me she's suing?
Yeah, she's
with a first grade reading level?
They had to explain what lawsuit meant first. And then every other word on that paper.
And so she doesn't she has plans to go to college, or she's trying to get into college? Maybe this was the SAT.
I don't think we're there
or something
yet.
like that.
I'm thinking it had to be an SAT, right? Because you get a score that's like, out of 50 or something is the max. Like you're a savant if you get 50 on the SAT or something.
Or I think you're thinking of ACT.
Oh, ACT.
And I think that the highest score would be like 35.
Okay, yes, you're right.
So, and I think you get like 5 points just for writing your name.
Yeah, no, there's easy points. Like if you finish half of it, you get points for it.
Although in first grade, could I write my name?
Probably.
I think I could. I think I could.
I'm not sure all the letters will be in the right direction.
You learned that in kindergarten.
Oh, so she should at least have the
5 points. Right, yeah. That's easy money right there.
Come on.
You're passing with flying colors, obviously.
So
imagine forgetting to put your name on the fucking ACT, SAT, and losing points.
I'm sure it's happened.
They probably specify that. It's been a long time since I took fucking...
I bet you she's not the only person who is at a first grade reading level as a senior in high school.
I just don't believe she is. That is my big issue here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this screen. This is not the article.
Oh, yeah, you're right. No, that's...
Hey, no, we're looking at an article from Fox 8. Lawsuit filed by family for killing 19-year-old in a shootout with a state trooper. That's not the right article.
A little more dark.
No, we want this one. Connecticut high school students suing.
I was like,
there
wait
we
a
go.
minute. Where did she go?
Yes, because CNN blocked their article. That's why I left this one.
Right.
You don't have to pay for articles at WSRradio.com, by the way. You can learn how much wood is too much wood, and at 10 times MF Doom mastered the English language, and all the times that King of the Hill has been rebooted. However,
So she's not on the level of MF Doom.
no, not at
No.
all. No, she has not mastered the English language.
Absolutely
in
She
the
not.
can't
slightest.
even read that article.
Hasn't started. Hasn't started the English language, if we're being honest.
So that's a great point, right? She can read. There's no way she can't read.
She
Uh,
took
now-
the test.
That's
She had to be
true.
able to read the test.
Yeah. I mean, don't
Unless
get
she
me
was
wrong,
just like, oh, circles.
literacy is an issue
Yeah.
in some places for some people in this country.
Well, in America, in general,
know.
literacy is an issue.
Yeah. But if you've already gone through 12 years of school,
Yeah.
at some point you got to learn something.
That's my issue, right? Like, at some point, you are in 3rd grade and going, hey, I don't understand the words in this book. Can you please explain them? Was that not a thought she ever had of, like, I don't understand anything that I'm reading?
Unless maybe she's great at like comprehending words that are told to her.
Awesome context clues.
Yeah,
She's like, well, I know
Just
dog and I
hearing.
know run.
yeah, like
Her hearing, proficient.
yeah, so
she's
good
a
at
savant. She's a savant in music is what it is.
listening. The best listener.
She goes by the cadence of speaking.
She go, oh, dog, cat. Oh,
I don't think the school is at fault for this. I think she's 100% at fault. The school probably didn't accurately represent her scores. They probably just passed her to pass her.
what? After 12 years?
I feel like she's over embellishing like a little bit. She has to be able to read and write better than a
Right.
first grader, right?
Yeah, and absolutely, and to get to the bottom of it, okay, she failed one test.
Right.
She probably went out partying or something the night before, took this dumb test, failed it, but to sue after that?
Yeah.
What are you suing
Retake
for?
the test. Make sure it's accurate.
That's a good point. So the school turned around and offered that they could hold her back a year and essentially tutor her up to a high school education level,
1
which she
year.
denied and wanted to sue. Which, also not going to happen in a year. If you can't even do it over 12, it's not going to happen in 1.
Yeah.
But so they offered to hold her back a year, withhold her diploma, and tutor her another year. She denied, proceeded to sue the school. But why didn't they just have her take the test again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the test again.
Try
If you-
again.
If you fail twice, give up. But to sue, I don't know what the grounds for suing would be. Would it
Yeah.
be like, hey, by law, you were supposed to teach me and you didn't, but you didn't learn?
Yeah, you
It's a
didn't.
two-way
They
road.
taught. You didn't
That's a
learn.
two-way road. Yeah.
If nobody else, this would have to be a class action for it to work, right? You'd have to have
Right.
a whole grade
kids,
essentially
yeah.
be like, hey, we didn't learn anything.
Maybe she tried to make it a class action. Was like, did anybody else fail? Was it just me? And it was like, yeah.
Anyone else
just
get 5 points on the ACT? No,
It couldn't just be me, right? The teacher.
like that was really
bad.
hard.
But
There was multiplication on it. Who would have thought that was coming?
Whoa.
I just don't understand how she graduates with honors, though.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she has to have essays or anything, like, backing up the fact that she can write, right?
I don't doubt that, like,
Pun intended, right?
Yeah.
right,
Right.
right. I don't doubt that they just passed her along to pass her along. But yeah, the honors part, because you'd think there'd be at least one teacher that gave a fuck and was like, nah, you failed. At least one in 12 years of school
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
cared
Right.
and was like, no, you can't fucking read.
Yeah, you're like not gonna pass the final test if you keep this up. Somebody
wonder if-
should have said. Maybe they did, but
She just did, either she didn't want to learn, so she's dumb,
yeah,
or she just failed
Oh.
the test.
it could also be if it is a private school.
Yeah,
There could be a little bit of mommy daddy money.
sure,
Make me pass.
sure. Or like if star athlete maybe high in an athletic program.
Right. You know, if it's a public school, I don't really know how you
Hartford
get
Public
through.
High School.
Public high school.
Mhm.
Ooh,
She went to
Hartford, Connecticut. That's a relatively nice neighborhood.
yeah.
She went
Hartford.
to the like council at a council meeting and like declared that she didn't learn anything, and she was like, "Guys, I can't fucking read."
She had 12 years to
telling you.
figure that out, man.
Dude, that is embarrassing. Why would you admit that?
Why
Like-
wouldn't you just take the diploma and like find a job?
Like, guys, emergency. I can't fucking read.
What's the fucking Vine? Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm 13 years old.
Yeah.
I can't fucking read or
I
whatever
never
it is.
learned
on.
how to fucking read.
Yeah.
That is literally the meme in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine standing up at a council meeting and you're like, guys, I didn't learn shit. Actually, what is your name?
It,
Couldn't read it.
the article
Yeah.
says that like after she said that she couldn't read and she was like, "And I'm graduating, guys," they were like, "Should we let you graduate?" Question mark?
I feel
Uh,
at that point, if you're admitting you can't read, I'm withholding your diploma. You don't
Yeah.
get the choice of staying back.
Yeah.
I'm saying, all right, well,
If
you just
can't
screwed
read,
for yourself.
I was
You
gonna say,
screwed the pooch.
Yeah, she shot herself in the foot right there.
You fucked the dog, as they say at that point.
Oh.
But honestly, I don't know
We'll get
if
back to the dog later on in the show.
Great. Woof woof.
I don't know if they have the grounds to hold her back if her grades hold up.
That's
to,
true.
She's also 19, by the way, and graduating.
Well,
So she had to
that
be held
doesn't-
back at some point, right?
No, or she could be on the
Yeah.
older end of the class because it could be 19 to 17 in the senior class.
Could it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without being held back?
Yeah. Because you could have been.
She's also legally an adult, so they can't, like, withhold her to come back to school. They can
Oh,
deny
yeah,
her
she can
diploma, but
Yeah.
she can leave.
Right.
She's not getting into college.
No. There's no.
Like-
I wouldn't.
Even if this is a bold-faced lie and she just wanted to, like, to throw a lawsuit out there, any college is going to be like, oh, you're the girl who can't fucking read, right?
Exactly. Well, again, I don't. She's not the one putting all the lawsuits together. I mean, she's paying absorbent amount of money for a lawyer to try to piece together the fact that she can't read.
What lawyer is going to take this case?
Any lawyer, she can't read the contract.
Hey, that's true. Lawyers will tear her up.
That's going to be such a quick dismissal in court.
Yeah.
Literally, the judge can hand her any piece of paper that's above a first grade level and have her read it.
But
And
it-
the second she does, that case is thrown out.
But again, it'll be like, what are you suing the defendant for? They didn't teach me, and then said that they did, but you clearly, none of that,
Right.
none of the argument holds up.
My first argument in court, you are 19 years old, right?
Mhm.
You have a driver's license? You had to read to take that test.
Boom.
That's true.
Had to know exactly what was on that test to pass. No way you guessed on a fucking driving test
and
and
the
passed
driving test is over a first grade level comprehension.
it. Just
correct?
barely, yeah.
I would, yeah, I think so. At least mine was.
Yeah. You can get like 4
I don't know about
questions wrong.
Connecticut.
Yeah, driving in Connecticut's a whole different beast.
I have driven in Connecticut once, and I remember there's a big fucking flagpole right in the middle of the road, and it was like normal, and it wasn't a roundabout.
Oh.
It was like a two-way road,
Oh,
ginormous flagpole right in the middle of the road.
was there like a flag on it?
It was an American
Oh,
flag,
okay. I was gonna
yeah.
say, was it like free chili on Tuesdays? Because I was gonna ask if you could read it.
No,
Because maybe in
oh,
Connecticut it's just really hard to read things.
That's
That could also be
true.
the case.
Yeah, it could be.
I could completely just be pulling this out of my ass. I thought Connecticut was one of our higher ranking states in terms of education
Well,
because it's a more wealthy state in general.
Yale is in Connecticut.
That's
I think.
true, yeah.
So
Oh, that makes sense.
gotta be some smart people. I think
Maybe.
one of the 13 colonies.
They got that Ivy up there.
I judge how smart
Yeah.
you are if you came from the 13 colonies, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, you've been around a while. You should know how to read.
I trust him. Nah, they don't need a fucking... I trust him.
Somebody put their John Hancock. Maybe he was from Connecticut on
John
the
Hancock?
Constitution, so he had to have read it. So they do read in
That's
the
true,
13
yeah.
colonies.
All
guess
of the
it's-
colonies
that's where I'm going with
have good literacy, is what we're trying to say.
They must have.
They're not the reason America's struggling in literacy. It's the rest of the nation
No.
west of the 13 that's really tanking us.
Exactly.
Never judge the 13 colonies when it comes to literacy, so she has no grounds to stand on. 216-859-8699. Let me know your ACT score.
Make the switch.
You know, it's St. Patrick's Day.
Oi.
I found out I'm Irish like 2 years ago doing a show.
Oh,
Yeah.
like 23andMe?
No, not like 23andMe.
Oh.
But I was doing a show.
You were
I
doing
found
a
out
show?
I was Irish. Yeah, no, I was literally on air, and I made the joke of, I'm not Irish, I don't drink, so I'm the worst person to host a St. Patrick's Day show. And I clipped that, because I was going to use it in my demo, and I sent it to my dad because I thought he'd think it was funny, and he replied, "But you are Irish." And I was like, this is literally the first. I'm 23 years old or something at the time.
Oh.
First I'd ever heard of it.
Wow, you could have been going crazy every single
I
St.
know.
Patrick's Day.
I know. I could have been hosting every St. Patrick's Day event. So many opportunities I pissed down the drain by not being Irish for 20 years.
Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's
That's
Day.
true. That's true. If you want to play an Irish drinking game while you're listening to the Rebel Radio Show today, every time I say radio, take a drink. You will be fucking plastered
Ooh.
by hour 2. Speaking of which,
Radio,
Synergy
radio,
Music
radio.
Studio. Synergy Music Studio based out of Chicago, proud supporters of local and independent radio. There you go. Hit them up for pre-recording, session work, reamping, production, live session, and a whole bunch of other services. SynergyMusicStudio.com, easy for me to say, is your one-stop shop. It's music from artists, by artists, for artists. Synergy Music Studio, even if you're not in Chicago, can get you taken care of to get your next track, album, EP, or radio ready. Once again, SynergyMusicStudio.com. That live call-in number and text-in number today, 216-859-8699 if you're listening live on this Monday, either on WSRRradio.com, the Live 365 app, or US-radio.com. Not in the 13 colonies.
No.
We aren't.
Not right now.
No. Could be. Someday we'll get there.
Does this air to the 13 colonies? Oh,
Oh, yeah. Big. Actually, I think... I can check. I think like Virginia is one of our like biggest markets,
all right.
and Connecticut I think is on that list in like the top 8.
Okay.
So like we're big in the 13 colonies. The revolutionaries love us.
Let's go.
Also,
The original 13.
That's all I care about is the original 13.
The true patriots.
Yeah, the true United States. The
Uh-huh.
13 of them. Also not in the 13 colonies is Michigan,
Ooh, yeah.
but they do have some interesting laws that are being thrown around.
They certainly do.
You brought this in.
Yeah, so Michigan, this group of us are in Ohio, so we don't like Michigan, boo. But we have our own problems too in Ohio. But Michigan, everybody has shoplifters, no matter where you're at. Shoplifting happens. I believe the industry experts call it shrink.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, moving to shrink is when I worked in retail.
Yes.
We had to move to shrink, and I never knew what the fuck that meant.
I don't know what that would mean. Move to shrink?
So that's like the term in the computer we had to use, and so because of that, that's just what we said. So you'd go through what was stolen or what didn't arrive. So I worked at GameStop, is why I know this, and so if we had 15 PlayStation 5 controllers that were supposed to be brought in today, and I do stock in a week, and we have 10, even though we haven't sold any, I would move 5 of those to shrink, and then corporate
see.
has to deal with the overhead.
So if you caught somebody shoplifting
Yeah.
in your store,
My store.
what do you think would be a fair punishment?
30 to life or death by firing squad, probably.
Yeah, I think so. But this one Michigan judge, I think he was a district judge, he
was.
decided, he just got elected, newly implemented judge, only for a couple months. He said, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to stop all of these shoplifters. I'm going to crack down on the crime. I'm going to make them wash people's cars in the Walmart parking lot.
Yeah. Walmart, because they shoplifted from Walmart, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All of these shoplifters had stolen something from Walmart, and the sentence was you have to run a car wash for free in Walmart for, I think, a day. Just a day.
So his claim is that it does something positive for the community, is the reason why he had this ruling.
That's the claim, of course.
I don't think it does. I really think you're making more of a hindrance. If I'm going to Walmart that day
Yeah.
and there's a pop-up car wash taking up like 4 lanes of parking, that's already annoying. There's cars coming
Yeah.
through it, blocking traffic. That's annoying.
Walmart parking lots already suck.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't want some random dude washing my car in the Walmart parking lot.
Well, sometimes when I see like a fundraiser for basketball team
Sure.
or whatever, Boy Scouts, something like that, free car wash. Okay, you go through, you give them $5
Sure.
and have fun. Good luck this season. But if it was like a bunch
A
of
grown ass man
yeah,
with
like,
assumingly a patrol officer or something with him to make sure he's doing it.
yeah, I imagine they're all like wearing the
The jumpsuits.
not like the full orange like jail
So, like
Shackled.
reflector jackets or something.
Yeah, like you know when you see them do like volunteer like
Yeah.
to pick up the rubbish.
That's
on
not
the side of the-
volunteer. Let me tell you
Well,
something.
okay, you're right. Sorry, wrong word. Community service.
Yeah, there you go.
A form of community service. I imagine, yeah, it would look something like that.
Yeah.
But
Is there a sign that says "I stole from Walmart"? Let me wash your car.
yeah, they got to do like great
Yeah.
advertisement. Get them on the side of the roads, like, I stole your stuff. Now you can steal my labor or
Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. But what ended up happening was the chief judge in this part of Michigan ruled
Genesee
that
County.
Genesee County. Shout out.
The reason I know that is because I read it in here, and that's like the only place in Michigan I know because that's where Chris Hansen does a lot of his stings. So
Oh,
Genesee County has a
Oh.
great police force.
Yeah, and also
A lot
weird,
of pedophiles.
yeah, weird population
Yeah.
over there. Yeah, so apparently that chief judge ruled that that's like not
Ethical.
constitutional or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it goes in the category of strange and unusual punishment or whatever.
I think I side with the Chief Justice on this.
I agree.
Yeah, and also not only that, but the Walmarts. They came out and said we don't
want
we
that."
don't want, we don't want that in our parking lot.
They're like a national realtor. Like,
Yeah.
Didn't
retail.
consult with Walmart.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was like the regional managers that came out and said,
No.
we'd rather you didn't bring back the criminals, because that's what it was. So these criminals, they had already been sentenced and all that. Maybe
Yeah.
they're in jail. Maybe they were
And
released
most
or
likely
whatever.
Trespassed from
Right.
Walmart.
Yeah, and the judge was going to bring back 75 to 100 of these convicted criminals to the
so
Walmarts.
many. It's so many.
Like the logistics here of you got to bring back all these people who could be anywhere now,
Yeah.
and
Track them down.
track them down.
Make them volunteer at a car wash.
Again, volunteer is
Yeah,
kind of a funny
yeah,
word,
yeah.
but and get them all soapy and sudsy and
Bikinis on. Yeah. My bigger issue too is if I'm again a patron of the Walmart, which I
Mhm.
try not to be. If I'm a patron of the Walmart, and I'm number one, if I've made it past the stage of getting into the parking lot with this and realizing that there is a car wash happening for criminals, I don't want them touching my car.
Car
Absolutely
wash
'Cause,
for
like-
criminals. Hell yeah.
What if they
Wow.
they obviously don't want to do that?
the criminals?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're
So like they're not gonna care about
Great
my
job.
car.
no. But maybe like the policemen would be watching them and like say, "Hey, you missed a spot.
This is cruel and unusual punishment. This is some
Wax on."
Mr. Miyagi's there.
Yeah.
This is some weird modern day pseudo equivalent of like the chain gang breaking rocks, except
Yeah.
you're washing cars.
And also, like, how many cars does it take to expunge you of your crimes?
Well,
Okay.
If you say $6 a car wash, you just equal up to the amount of the items.
But no
that
one's
you were
getting the
stealing.
money back because they're not paying.
Yeah. Nobody.
Walmart's not getting reimbursed.
It's just
No.
like an embarrassment factor.
Yeah.
I guess.
That's a good point. It
It
tells
is.
everybody in that Walmart parking lot, hey, everybody, Walmart got jacked.
If
Yeah.
you steal, you're gonna be out here washing somebody's fucking car.
Yeah, and that was the point that the judge had made. He's like, it's more of a visual thing. It sends a message.
It's
You
like a
want to
message
be...
this Walmart's really easy to steal from if 100 people are out front saying they stole.
Well, that's also the thing. Walmart has had a big issue recently where they're like accusing people of stealing that aren't stealing,
Oh.
and like they're taking them to jail,
Oh.
or they're taking them to court, and then the person like shows that, hey, I
have a receipt.
have receipts.
Yeah.
I bought all these items, and then they're like, okay, we'll settle for more than the amount that you supposedly stole from us.
These Walmart door guys are getting way too much power. It's
Oh,
going to their
yeah.
head. If they're
Walmart?
taking people to court now,
Walmart's big money for no reason.
I don't understand. I have no sympathy for Walmart, first of all.
Agreed.
I
Agreed.
mean, hate that place.
If you're gonna steal from Walmart.
Yeah. Just be careful. If you like washing cars.
if you love washing cars, this is the perfect opportunity.
the
for
perfect
you.
crime. You're telling me I get to steal a TV and I get to wash somebody's car?
It's a great way to spend a Saturday, brother.
Also, yeah, let's think about it. The most expensive thing in the Walmart would, I assume, be like a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no way they're like stealing those things. That's kind of a hard thing to get out of a Walmart.
No one's walking out the door with a
Yeah.
75-inch TV for $1,500.
Well, let's think
Right.
about what they lock up. Apparently, people are stealing baby formula,
Underwear.
razors, underwear. What else?
Any electronic.
jewelry.
Again, I think
If you're
that
stealing
would.
jewelry from Walmart, is it really worth going after someone? Was it like $20?
There's hundreds of dollars of.
Bullshit.
I'm not kidding. You'll look at the box next time you go to Walmart.
I don't want to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I don't need a car wash yet.
She's sending you a hint. Buy her something from the Walmart jewelry store.
Steal me something.
Send you a
Steal
hint. Your
something.
truck is filthy. Go to Walmart.
I need my car washed.
Yeah, but I think that falls into the category of shrink.
Yeah.
And Walmart didn't care. Clearly,
Right.
they're, I don't know. I guess you got to prosecute the people, however
And the
that
punishment
works,
doesn't
but-
fit the crime. Like, if you're going to go with that method,
Yeah.
make them work a shift or something at
Oh,
Walmart. It's like,
That would be
you
punishment.
stole, work a shift at Walmart to repay it,
You
right?
can't pay for the food, wash the dishes.
Wash the dishes.
Which that isn't a thing anymore, right? That
Right.
can't be a fucking thing. If
You
I
can
go
try.
to Big Boy and like
Yeah.
don't pay for my food, I'm like, oh, don't have the money. They're gonna call the police.
But that doesn't stop my dad from making that joke every single time we get dinner. Hey, Eric, you
One-
gotta wash those dishes.
One phone call to the cops will stop that. 216-859-8699. I'll make you wash my dishes.
radio show is live at 5.
Stop saying Daryl the Wild Man show as if it was like a show that was on it. Well, that's not a thing.
Every Monday on WSRR Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show. We're live on WSRRadio.com, the Live 365 app on your phone or in your car smart device, or us-radio.com if you're following along. That was 4 drinks you had to take just there on this St. Patrick's Day. We're live Monday, 216-859-8699. That number if you want to text in, join in on the conversation. But if you're an artist out there and you want to make your next album release something special, you're going to want to go to hellbendervinyl.com. They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants, and they work with local and independent artists to make sure your next album release is more than a bunch of ones and zeros just floating around online, open for piracy and illegal distribution. No, avoid that with a company that's hellbent on service, hellbent on quality, hellbendervinyl.com. What you're not going to want to do, and I can't stress this enough, because we've talked about this. Unfortunately, for some reason, this keeps coming up. We've talked about this over many years now.
Oh.
Don't sell human remains, period, full stop, but also don't sell human remains online.
Ooh. Well, if you're going to sell them.
I got to make it convenient, right?
Any human parts?
Yeah, don't sell any human parts.
What if
But
it's
not
like...
illegal.
What?
I think it is. I think there's laws we're missing.
Ooh.
Listen, okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
looked
Hang on,
all
real
of
quick.
this
Shelter
information
workers. Let's talk about the story first.
Okay.
Shelter workers scoured bin of dog vomit for human toes to sell for $400 on the black market.
Can you read that one more time? Because that's an insane headline.
Shelter worker scoured bin of dog vomit for human toes to sell for $400 on the black market, Eric.
Oh, there's a lot to unpack here.
So let me give you the quick and easy here. let me.
Nothing's ever quick and easy.
No, we're going to be talking about this for 30 minutes. But the overview is this woman works at a shelter. Apparently, doesn't go into detail on this part. There was a dog who threw up.
I do have details on this part.
Yeah. Tell me about the dog that threw up fingers. Number one.
Yeah, let's get there first.
Toes.
They were toes.
Right.
Dog threw up toes.
The dog threw up the dogs.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, for
wow.
free.
I'm slow today. Wow, that was a good one.
Thank you. 2 dogs had partially consumed the toes of their deceased owner, who had died from natural causes. After the dogs were seized, they were taken for assessment. The dogs became ill and vomited up the remains. The shelter staff cleaned up the vomit and placed it and the remains, which included 2 human toes, in a general waste bin.
Number one, can't do that. That's biohazard, so you cannot put it in a general waste bin.
Absolutely.
I know that much.
Bag it up.
So you're telling me this lady who works at the shelter, works at the shelter, saw this and went, you know what? There's money to be made here. This seems like a waste of toes.
Well,
Yeah,
so you said
honestly.
put in the waste bin.
Yes.
Did not
Yeah.
sell on market.
So that was the staff there.
That was the person
Oh.
who took care of the vomit initially.
That was the end of the procedural work day.
So
for
they
them.
thought.
Oh.
And so after they had been placed in the bins, this lady, after the lockup of the vet tech place,
Joanna is her name.
Okay.
Joanna decided to stay after all was locked up and yada yada, rifle through these bins of vomit,
Oh.
and she located the 2 toes, took them home, placed them in a jar with
Formaldehyde.
formaldehyde.
Oh.
Why did you have that on hand?
That's a level of freak.
She's like an oddity person.
She's a serial killer is what it sounds like.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
No one has formaldehyde on hand.
I mean, if your hobby is preserving
Human toes.
or like any kind of organic thing in jars.
Unless you are doing taxidermy to sell.
Yeah.
I don't think you should have formaldehyde in your home.
There
that is
are-
my opinion.
There
And
are
I think it's
women-
the correct one.
There are women who get like full hysterectomies and keep their uterus and
Don't do
ovaries in a
that.
jar.
Don't do that.
Yeah, guys. I mean,
Girls.
girls.
Actually.
ladies, fellas, non-binaries. You don't got to do that. Okay?
Yeah.
There's nothing telling you have to do that.
It's not tonsils, which in itself, like,
Yeah, don't even keep your baby teeth.
yeah, I was gonna
What's
say,
the
there's people
point of
that
that?
keep teeth. Yeah. Now, I'll say this. I'm working on a stone right now. I'm working my way through a stone.
No,
I'm
Kidney
keeping the
stone?
stone, dude.
well, first of
That's
all,
a battle
get
trophy.
rid of it. First of all,
Yeah, you're
get it
right.
out.
I do have to get rid of it. It's been
and
quite
then,
some time.
And then get rid of it.
I'm keeping it. That's a battle
Oh.
trophy.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it to people. I'm gonna say, check this out, and they're gonna look at it and go, "Whoa, what is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's my kidney stone." They're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make people touch my kidney stone.
What
Not in a bag.
All right.
Yeah,
Idea.
yeah.
Feed it to a shelter dog. Make it vomit it back up. And then,
You know what? I'm gonna skip the middleman. I'm going right to the black market with it.
yeah. So that's kind of the part of this that I don't understand. The vomit part. Like,
Mhm.
first of all, rest in peace to the old owner who lost 2 toes. I
and their
mean-
And
lives.
his life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that too. But you know, if I was a dog owner, I'm not a dog owner, but if I die, I want my dog to like eat my toes.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually. I don't know.
Like if that was the one thing keeping my dog alive was to eat my dead body, have at it.
How long were they dead that the dog was eating their dead body?
That is not given.
Fresh enough.
It's true.
I've
Fresh enough
heard-
to preserve the toes.
I don't know about dogs, but I've heard cats.
Yeah,
They get
cats-
chomping right away.
Yeah, cats do not waste.
They don't
time.
wait.
They're waiting for you to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if cats,
Well, yeah, always.
if cats had a longer life expectancy, we'd be screwed.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
would be eaten.
This article says that
Mm.
after she had put the toes in a jar, she called her daughter and told her about the toes, saying that she had researched selling them on the internet and believed she could get $400 for them.
That's gotta be so. Number one, you're stealing medical waste, so it is illegal.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
Oh, because that would be like part of an autopsy kind of
Yeah.
thing?
So that's
Or maybe, I
well,
don't know.
you're stealing from the shelter. So like
Yes.
they made a mistake not putting that in a biohazard or bio waste container. Number one, because I'm assuming they'd probably have to return that to an autopsy or a coroner or something, or the family at the very least. Here's their dad's toes.
Yeah, because what I was reading about, like, if it's legal or not, basically your remains can become property.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they have to become property to your next of kin. So, like,
Or you
your-
have to have it set up to like be,
Yeah, be
given
donated.
away. Yeah.
All right, but in this scenario, I would agree. I think it's the property of the shelter.
At least for the time being, until it's turned over to the family
I
or
don't
coroner.
know. I mean, even at that point,
You don't think they want him back?
It's the property of the dog.
That's true. It came from the dog.
came
as far
straight
as they
from the
know.
dog.
You don't know whose toes those are.
No,
Could be anyone's toes.
And if the shelter,
Who's to say, really?
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Toes turn up all the time and vomit.
Toes. They're shelter dogs. They could have gotten
Yeah.
those toes from anywhere.
Happens all the time. I know you can get $400 off them easy.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
So if that's the shelter's dog, you can't rummage through people's rubbish. Rummage through the rubbish.
You-
Bars. Sorry.
Yeah, no, just keep dropping bars in there about dead toes.
Yeah, give him back to the dog. Let him eat him again.
Yeah, probably. That's probably what you should do.
Yeah.
Dogs eat their vomit all the time.
Yeah.
In
Second meal.
almost every state, it is legal. In almost every state, there's it's not allowed in Florida, Georgia, Massachusetts, Missouri, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Texas, or Virginia.
There were some colonies in there.
Yeah. Get it right, colonies. Come on.
But
No,
in-
they got it right. Those are the states that you can't sell remains. Every
Oh.
other state you can. In Ohio, apparently, you can sell human remains.
in all the remaining states, it is legal for anyone, even if they do not have training, to sell human remains of adults.
Don't
A
think so.
body broker can sell a donated human body for $5,000 to $10,000 or more.
That body wasn't donated. It
Body-
was eaten.
Body
That was not a voluntary process.
bodies and body parts
And
can
then
be
stolen.
can be repeatedly sold and leased across state lines.
Okay,
Oh.
but stealing body parts is a felony. It doesn't matter if what you do with them after. Stealing them was the felony to start.
I'm telling you, they belong to the dog.
They belong to the earth, brother. They're anyone's toes.
Yeah, they belong to the vom. Give them back to the vom.
They came from the vomit. They'll go back to the vomit.
Oh my god, there's so much wrong with this.
Well, what about the guy that stole the bodies from the morgue?
Yeah, listen.
What was? Is
We
that
did a story
different?
that the guy stole the bodies from the morgue, which is illegal because that is the morgue's property. It was to be prepared.
The body broker. That's a crazy
Yeah.
term.
Oh yeah,
Body
imagine
broker.
that on a business card.
Yeah.
That sounds like a wrestling name or something.
I'm the body broker, baby.
Fighting the Undertaker.
Definitely a heel.
That belongs to the morgue at that point. Or the family if your body's like being prepped by the morgue. So that is a felony. The story we did about the guy selling body parts from the morgue, illegal. The story we did like 2 years ago about the guys who met up on Facebook Marketplace to cut off another man's leg, illegal. The story we did about a woman who took hands and feet from medical cadavers, illegal. Stop taking body parts.
Yeah, don't do that.
Finding a skull at Goodwill.
Not illegal because at that point it had been deemed an artifact, which that needs to not be a thing either.
And you're paying for it.
People need to stop collecting human parts.
That's the part I don't understand. Well,
Oddity aficionados.
so
who's buying this
Oh, yeah.
stuff?
well, let's talk about that because she belonged to a Facebook group that specifically bought, sold, trade, and shared body parts.
Okay.
Again, just like we talked about with the person who stole medical cadavers, not even happening on the dark web, just on Facebook groups.
Yeah,
people are
that's-
sharing body parts.
I guess I shouldn't shame people for their hobbies.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
shaming them for stealing body parts. Shame on you.
But
Yeah.
this lady didn't only have these 2 toes. Like,
She had 10 of them.
when
But
when they
Kill me.
like got to her
Sell
house,
my body on Facebook.
she had a guinea pig trotter, which I have no idea what that is.
Don't want to know.
An alligator claw, a bird skull, baby teeth belonging to her kids,
all right, you know what? That's a pretty rad collection.
and
I'm turning.
she was member of Bone Buddies Australia, an online group for skull and bone enthusiasts. And then she was also featured on a TV show that was about roadkill and focused the discussion on the trade of human remains.
Oh, I get it now. She's chasing the clout. She's like kind of a big dog.
She's
in
the
this.
bone lady.
She's the bone lady. And you're going to tell me she's going to pass up on some like
Prime bones.
prime human
fresh.
toes. Like fresh.
When are you going to get this opportunity again to
Yeah.
get your hands on a couple toes?
Oh, she is seizing the opportunity.
Well, I mean, she saw human toes in dog vomit in a trash bin.
Sure, that's worth it.
and was like,
That's
I'm
easy. $400.
stealing those.
I'm
That's not
telling
a
you.
second thought.
A couple likes on Facebook will, that adrenaline rush, that dopamine hit.
She literally starts Googling, oh my god, how much can I sell fucking toes for?
It should be illegal. And I think it is.
Illegal, immoral.
Then she got an
Sacrilege.
OnlyFans account ad, and she was like, shit, I have to read this.
hang on. Even if, hypothetical land here, even if it's not a crime, let's say in the state of Ohio, to sell human remains that lawfully belong to you, not stolen, you own these remains for some reason and you want to sell them.
Your wife died and you're selling her.
Sure. If that's the case in this hypothetical, happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. If your wife died and you're selling her remains on Facebook Marketplace, I still think it is probably a felony charge to use an electronic device to facilitate that sale. Because there's a bunch of like cyber crimes for sale and possession that like don't get accounted for.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have to be like a registered body
Body
broker.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, it's said
Which
that
she's
it's
not.
legal to do without any training or anything. You can buy and sell cross state lines if you want to, as long as it's not one of the
Why
states
are they buying it? What's the guy buying it going to do with them?
I don't understand how you can sell a donated body.
Well,
You can't. That's what we
That's
just
what
talked
it
about,
said.
right?
You can sell
If
the-
it's donated to you.
yeah. It'd
I
be
don't
like,
know.
oh, I
So-
got a car donated to me. I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But
So
if
a
Eric
bunch
gets a
of
car
people-
donated to him and I steal it and sell it, that's a crime.
a bunch of people donate.
Well, what
their
if I
body.
threw it up?
It's not a crime. It's vomit. If there's throw up on the car, it's not a crime. Everyone knows the vomit rule.
Go get it washed at Walmart.
Yeah, you take it to
There you
Walmart
go.
and the criminals
Get it
will clean
washed
it
at
right up
Walmart.
for you.
But okay, so a bunch of people donate their body to science, and it
course.
goes to the whatever.
First of all, it
Science
goes to a
people.
bunch of shit that isn't scientific,
Yeah.
so you shouldn't donate your body to science.
so it goes to all this
I'm an
like
organ
goes
donor.
to a,
I'm an organ donor
I'm an
too,
organ
and I
Well, not yet.
but that's different than
We can
being,
change that.
like having your body donated. There's different paperwork.
yeah, no,
Oh.
organ donor, which also, so I found out the dark side of organ donating
Mhm.
Yeah.
after I became an organ donor. But like, you are more likely to not be a priority for life-saving treatments after an accident if you're an organ donor. So if you get in
Yeah.
like a serious car wreck and you're an organ donor, there's a less likely chance you'll be like life flighted or attended to on the scene because they can use your organs for people on a wait list.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So the organ trading business is a very sketchy business in general.
Yeah. Okay. What if it was just the two toes?
If it's just the two toes, you find those in vomit all the time. Don't worry about
$400.
it. Yeah, 400
$400
bucks. Slap some
on-
new toes on it.
Yeah, that's an.
I know
easy
a lady
price.
on Facebook.
But say your body goes to a school of science
Sure.
and they're like, "Oh shit, we got too many bodies this year,"
Yeah,
and
it happens to the best of us.
they decide to sell it.
I don't think they can.
To who?
They would
This
give-
lady.
they would hire their body broker.
I think they
and
would give it to a morgue.
You can sell the body for $5,000 to $10,000.
I don't
This is
think so.
Crazy. That's
Who's buying it?
that's so much
Other
money.
body brokers who need the bodies.
Well, okay, yes.
But
no.
for what?
Technically, yes, because you could sell it to like another school that needs medical cadavers.
yeah.
Okay.
So yes, you could do that, but I don't think you're selling it to Betty on Facebook Marketplace so she can chop it up and make a profit individually. She's not parting it out.
All the different angles in your pictures of just a body, and it's like listed at $10,000.
God, this whole I'm still the whole premise is racking my brain right now. Okay, so the toes themselves,
Yeah, 400 easy.
but that's crazy. $400 for two toes?
Supply and
How
demand,
much
brother.
is it for a kidney?
I don't know. I could spend $400 on a lot of things.
Two toes.
Two toes. That's
I gotta get at least
crazy.
3.
Also, the condition of these toes.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got to be.
Yeah, I wonder if she took that into account.
They got to be gross.
Slightly
Or
digested.
digested.
A little
corroded,
decomposed, yeah.
smelly.
I mean, she did put them in formaldehyde. She cleaned them up. Preserved them after the fact. But I wonder if her initial Google search
Oh my goodness.
was how much for 2 human toes post digestion.
That might have increased the
Yeah,
value.
yeah, right.
Actually.
It's the vomit factor.
for transplant costs, for a total transplant cost in the U.S. that is billed for a kidney is $442,500.
Yeah,
A lung, $29,600.
that's why the black market exists. Like not the Facebook Marketplace stealing toes off off dogs.
Yeah.
But like that's why legit like black market organ donating.
So that's a
exists.
good price.
It's a steal, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a steal, literally. Too.
Literally.
Well, I feel like toes are on the lower end of the.
You don't need them,
Yeah.
and they can be replaced legally.
Somebody needed them.
That's
Real
true.
bad.
That's true.
So, wait, so they did, in fact, sell them, or it never went
no,
through?
it didn't go through because
Oh.
she
She was arrested, right?
She was, I believe so.
She pled guilty to a singular charge of offensive conduct involving human remains.
I'm okay with that.
I feel.
Offensive conduct.
I want to know what the sentence was
There was
because that seems like a slap on the wrist.
You must volunteer at the shelter.
Car wash.
At the car wash. No, yeah, you must work at the shelter for free now.
at least she's one of the the oddity people that
Oh.
doesn't work in that field. Because a lot of the ones that we've read about or talked about have been morgue
Oh, yeah.
workers
Oh,
or
Well, that's where
Yeah.
you're gonna want to work if that's your plan.
Right. Yeah, not the dog shelter.
she liked finding them on her own. She was like a
The love of the game.
geocatcher.
Yeah.
of-
That's what I'm saying. The clout. I'm telling you, she was chasing the internet fame.
She had an alligator claw and bird skulls. And
Mhm.
let me say this: if I'm out in a walk with you in nature and you go, "Damn, look at that bird skull," let me hang on to that one. We're not friends anymore. I'm breaking that one off.
Maybe it's this has got to find. I'll carry it back to the car, then I'll pitch it.
I'm not friends with
if you're
somebody
walking that far with it, I'm still like, all right, we've seen it. We've seen the bird skull, dude. Go wash your
That's
hands.
cool. You're done.
Yeah.
I was
What are you doing with this? This shouldn't be fun.
I
It's
was
an
walking
oddity.
by a train track one time.
It's remains.
a deer had been hit by a train, and
Yeah.
my friend found the deer carcass
Yeah.
and was wiggling the leg
Oh.
bone at me,
Mm.
and we are no longer friends.
Yeah. no.
Understood. No, an antler is a different story.
But
Antler I'm
But the-
fine with.
the
Take an
leg.
antler, yeah, but don't
The
go in there
leg
grabbing its
bone.
bones.
Yeah. The leg bones connected to the.
why do people like
Mantle.
bones? I don't understand.
Well, bones are kind of cool. I'm telling you, I'm kind of getting turned around on. I'm kind of liking this hobby now. It's
Oh,
kind of
no.
neat.
Okay,
Collecting
so
Better
bones.
go to Good Bone,
Imagine-
find some skulls.
imagine you walk into a man's house and he has a actual display cabinet full of skulls.
We love talking about this display cabinet of skulls. This is the
Yes.
4th time it's been brought up.
I don't know about skulls, like multiple.
But toes. It's got a
To-
display cabinet
Okay,
of
I'm
toes
just like
in jars.
I'm
display
starting to
cabinet
think
of,
about
like,
it.
random femurs, random like whatever. Like that's
yeah,
weird,
you
right?
know what? It is kind of cool.
No.
Yeah.
Listen.
That man's a murderer. These are his victims.
Jules,
Come on.
Well,
Eric, listen. I've had enough.
I've got
of the bone
$400. I can afford some toes.
I have had enough of the bone talk, damn it. We shouldn't have to do this for a 5th time on this show.
Oh, that would be so cool if you could like see the bones on the toes, but you could still see the skin too. Oh yeah,
Oh, like a bone dipped in toe.
a bone dipped in toe, and then like the nail was,
was
still
Dairy
on there.
Queen ice cream?
Yeah, what? And like the glaze is the toenail.
Yeah.
So if you're parting out the body
The
already,
blood.
would you get more if you part out like the toenail off the toe and be like, hey, $50 for the nail?
Yeah, $400 is a steal.
Oh yeah, you parted
Again,
out.
again. Yeah, I'm fully on this lady's side now.
I'm so against this lady. I couldn't be more against this lady. I think maybe the only people I'm against more than this lady are the people buying from this lady.
And my only thing about it is give the $400 to the dog. He deserves it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he
did all
put
the
in the
work,
effort.
yeah.
He did
Yeah,
all the
honestly.
work.
What do you think happened to the dog?
Oh, I hope that dog's living a good life. I hope they give him more toes to eat.
He did love him.
Yeah.
Until he didn't.
Until he didn't.
Until the vomit came into play.
I can't believe. Yeah, wow. The lineage here. The man who died, the toes, the dog, the vomit,
Do you think
the
shel-
woman.
do you think the shelter knew about the toes beforehand?
No.
Oh.
216-859-8699. Don't send me anything related to the story ever.
Radio Show.
You Uba Tuba son of a bitch.
Uba tuba piece of shit. You stinky rope.
Clip that.
Yeah, it's the Rebel Radio Show. It's live on Cut and Uncensored on WSRR Radio if you're listening live on this St. Patrick's Day on a Monday evening. If you're drinking along, you're going to drink every time we say radio. You're probably
Radio.
a couple beers deep now.
Radio.
Oh, yeah.
If you're drinking something stronger, you're probably not conscious to listen anymore. I'm Radio's Rebel DJ Style. To my right is our special guest, Eric.
Hi, I'm Eric.
And on the board is Jules.
Sup, I'm on the radio.
That is true. But are you on the KFC train?
I
Ooh.
actually love KFC, but
What's their
like, not
slogan?
enough.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Finger licking?
Finger. No.
It
Wait,
is.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
don't
okay,
think they
okay.
say it
Finger licking
anymore.
Good. It's on the
Finger
bucket.
licking? Okay.
I haven't gotten a bucket.
I was thinking
in
of Mr.
15
Chicken.
years. Oh, Mr.
It's
Chicken's
all
good.
about the chicken.
Church's Chicken. Best chicken out there.
What's their slogan?
Go to church.
Try and find one. Try and find us.
But that's funny because Chick-fil-A is the one that's not open on Sundays.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And their slogan is "Go to church."
Well, Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Chick-fil-A is accredited, at least, for being the very religious Christian establishment that serves chicken.
Right.
I would venture to say that now KFC
Mm-hmm.
is going to be credited as the very occult place to get chicken.
Ooh.
The anti-filet, if you will.
The anti-filet, not the filet of fish. The
That is-
filet of...
The filet of fish is
Chick.
not the anti-filet.
The Filet-O chick.
I will die on the hill. The filet of fish is good. Had one today.
Oh. Wow, today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how was it?
sure was.
Okay.
KFC is alluring Gen Z into its bizarre cult and doesn't care if it's polarizing. Hell of a title. Ad week. Hell of a title.
Yeah, luring them into their bizarre cult. And that's because of
They made a commercial.
their commercial.
Yeah, they made a commercial, and I'll
How
admit,
dare they?
it's
In this economy. Come on.
with egg prices like this,
That's a
they're
good
making a
point.
fucking commercial about eggs.
Oh, that could be tied to it.
So let me say this. I had not seen this commercial until we began to discuss the show today.
Mhm.
I brought this article in and didn't see the commercial. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll pop up by the time. Didn't. So I don't know if they've pulled this. I don't know if it's like I'm just not watching the right mediums.
Yeah, it to me it looked like a Super Bowl commercial.
It's
but
like a minute and a half. It's
I
a
didn't-
long commercial.
it wasn't a Super Bowl commercial.
No.
I didn't see it on the Super Bowl.
No. So it's a long commercial. It's like a minute and a half. So I'm thinking it's got to be like a YouTube commercial where you
Yeah.
can skip it, but if you keep watching it, it's like 90 seconds,
Uh-huh.
maybe. Commercial is guys walking through the woods. You can find it on the internet, literally anywhere. I'm sure. Type in KFC commercial.
They would love it if you watched it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Go if you really like KFC, go watch their commercial. Going out of your way to watch commercials is where we're at, by the way. KFC commercial. Guys walking through the forest gets approached by a girl wearing a brown getup, brown outfit,
I think
brow
they're
fit.
supposed to look like chicken.
I think they're supposed to look like gravy.
Oh.
Well, because there's like a isolated moment where you're just focusing on like a puffy brown vest that
Sure.
gets put under, and I'm like, that's
right.
the extra crispy coating.
Of course it is.
Oh,
Now
yeah,
I
kind
get
of,
it.
Kind of like floats down and like from the heavens and it
Yeah.
comes upon her. And yeah, now she's got a little jacket on. I said they kind of look like Ewoks.
A little bit
Coming
yeah,
out of the
coming out of
trees.
Endor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys walking through the woods. A bunch of people in brown clothing surround him and then take him to this ritual site where they're carrying a big gold egg, a giant gold egg that they're struggling to carry. They drop it a few times. I'm not really sure what the artistic vision with this is. Everything's also shot very weird in like it's not an animation style because it's live action,
Mhm.
but it's like choppy video capture. Some of it's in reverse and just played the other way. But they carry this big gold egg and they bring this guy to a sea of presumably gravy because the video is titled Gravy, right? It's something gravy, holy
yeah,
gravy.
the holy gravy or something
Yeah.
like that.
So, assumingly bringing this man to a lake of gravy, which people are like running towards these cult members, and then the lady he interacted with picks him up as if he were a plank of wood on
like
his
a
side.
surfboard.
Yep, like a surfboard, and dunks him head first into the gravy, and he emerges as a fried piece of chicken, and they hold it up and cheer, and it said, "All hail chicken" or something.
Yeah, I don't know what they said.
All hail gravy.
All hail gravy.
I'm pretty
That's
sure.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the KFC commercial, and apparently it's polarizing because it's a gravy chicken cult in the woods.
Yeah, I mean, if I was like I'm imagining here.
Yeah.
Gen X moms are probably not happy with it, I assume.
The avant-garde KFC.
This is the kind of thing that I don't understand. It's people that will take to me, this is my thought process here. It's the people that will look at this as like, this is an anti-God commercial because there's a cult. I don't think it's that deep. I just don't think it's that deep. I don't think it's promoting cults. I don't think it's that deep.
I would agree. It doesn't look fun.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like something I want to go do.
Yeah, I don't want to find the chicken people in the forest. If anything, I think this steers me away from KFC.
Yeah, but it definitely intrigues.
But we're talking about it.
We are.
So it works.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
But I just don't understand why it's generating a cult following. Because it was... Is it? Do we know if it's indeed generating a cult following?
Oh, like is it having an impact on Twitter?
Yeah, because, like, it's depicting a cult-like experience,
Right.
but, I mean, this was the first time I've heard of it, and, I mean, granted, I'm not a teenager.
You're also
but-
are you a KFC like stan? Are you always on the pulse of whatever KFC is doing?
I try to be.
I mean,
Dude, I've been trying for years to get crack the 11 herbs and spices. I've only got 3.
Oh man.
I'm not usually keeping up with the KFC.
The Colonel.
No, the
I-
Colonel.
I would watch Keeping Up with the Colonel. If they put it on TV,
Honestly,
I'd watch it.
You know, we could talk about their past successful ad campaigns.
They're-
KFC's had
yeah.
a few.
They're like the company, I would say, that is willing to make risky, stupid ads. That, and we talked about this a little before we got on air. They're not necessarily, I don't want KFC after this, but I
Right.
remember the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's enough to get you thinking of KFC, right?
Right.
Yeah, like the super sexy extra crispy Colonel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had the weird AI Colonel. They had
Yeah.
Norm as the Colonel.
They had a
Reba.
bunch of
Re-
random,
oh my
I mean,
god!
come on,
dude.
the
Reba's
Reba
the
Colonel,
yeah.
my personal favorite, Reba. Yeah.
I got to go with Norm. Norm, I think, was
Yeah,
the
that's
best
good.
Colonel.
They had a bunch of celebrity Colonels.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a ton.
I
Yeah.
think this is on brand for KFC. I just don't think we've seen it in a while.
And I think people
true.
are just kind of blowing it out of the water to blow it out of the water, maybe. It's a avant-garde commercial.
Here's a quote from
what do
the
you expect?
executive creative
Yeah.
director of this commercial. We are being polarizing because we want conversationism. Essentially, we're creating our own cult fandom. That is the quote from the executive director of this commercial.
Yeah.
They're doing it literally just so people talk about it,
Yeah, and I
which
don't
is
think
a good move.
I think if that is your intention, that's not necessarily how you do it. You start a cult following for your chicken by having good chicken.
chicken.
Right.
You know, like I feel like Cane's, like people will die for Cane's.
I know
I'm
people.
one of them.
I know people who like will swear by Cane's to
Yeah.
the point they don't eat other chicken.
Exactly. I'm almost there.
Eric, it's not that good.
It's pretty damn good.
It's decent chicken and
I
some
mean,
good sauce.
And they're open on Sundays. I'm
That
just
is
saying.
true.
And yeah, you have a good product. You stick to like one message and you do it really well. And that's for any restaurant. I
And-
mean,
Yeah.
Not to mention the chicken that comes out of the gravy lake doesn't even look that good.
yeah.
It also looks very fake. Like
yeah.
they blew their whole CG budget on the egg.
Oh yeah, the egg was.
And the gravy lake, the vast gravy lake.
KFC's commercial All Hill Gravy, which is the title of it, is part of its 2-part Believe campaign for the UK market. So
So
no
it's not
wonder
even
we're not
for
seeing
us.
it here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that shit out of America.
This is what
That
the
makes
UK
sense.
thinks KFC is.
They love gravy.
I'll tell you what, man. I traveled to Africa a couple years ago. There were KFCs everywhere. It was insane. I mean, no McDonald's, but KFCs all over the place. Like more than I would see here in America. And it was damn good.
There's bait there, and I'm not taking it.
Yeah, don't take that bait.
Yeah. I genuinely think a lot of the controversy, quote unquote, because I don't think this is controversial. I think a lot of the controversy comes from the UK not knowing what American food is, and
Yeah.
fast food to the highest extent of that. They'll see this commercial and go, "What are they doing in America? Why is this what they're?"
What do you think?
Marketing moves.
What do you think people who are from Kentucky think about KFC in general, kind of having a global impact on the world?
They just moved to Texas, right? Their HQ.
What?
KFC's HQ is moving to Texas.
No way.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we could have done 3 weeks of KFC news if I brought that story
Yeah.
in. We talked about tunnels being dug under a KFC for drug trafficking 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
which, for some reason, I guess we have KFC stands listening because that's one of our most listened to episodes, is the KFC drug tunnels.
All right. Well, you tell us, folks. Are
Yeah.
you part of the
The
gravy
KFC cult.
the gravy cult?
We've got the Colonel listening.
Are you one with the egg?
Yeah, you know,
Kentucky Fried Cult.
I feel like there's a lot that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing lore watching this.
Yeah, I gotta know what's in the egg.
Yeah, why is the egg there if the mission is to turn him into chicken? And why are they turning him into chicken?
Oh, maybe they're waiting for it to hatch.
He was the chosen one. He is the chicken.
He's the fried man. He has the bird. Does this insinuate that KFC is serving people?
Yeah.
Are they body brokers?
That is kind of what they're going.
fried people? Yeah, that
Fry them up, serve them up, eat them up,
dressing all the other people as fried chicken.
vomit the body parts,
Sell them on the black market.
sell them on the black market.
Sell them at a KFC.
Somebody will buy them.
To your point earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I take it you're not a Filet-O-Fish guy.
I've never had it.
Okay. But you remember the Filet-O-Fish commercial.
Oh, the fish, the talking fish.
There you go.
You
Iconic.
do that big little fish.
Literally
You do that.
iconic.
I mean,
Transcends time and space.
yeah. Mhm.
People in 200 years will be talking about the filet. We'll
I
be
hope
in a
so.
burning, collapsed economy, and we'll be talking about the Filet-O-Fish commercial
Yeah.
200 years from now.
I mean, that's the beauty of marketing. You get a good, I mean,
Filet
even
of fish.
got beef. I mean, that one's like
Yeah,
30,
Got
40
Beef is a
years
good
old,
one.
something like that.
Yeah.
Got
We,
milk.
we have the meats. I
Got
think you
milk,
could
too.
put that up there.
We have the meats.
Arby's is.
Try
It
to-
had a weird. See, that's one that had a cult following.
Yeah.
That, like, it wasn't intended to be outlandish, but it was stupid enough.
Here's one.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally invented fucking red suit Jolly Santa
So,
to market Coke.
marketing is a part of our lives always, regardless of if we like it or not. Will this be the next Santa Claus? I don't think so. But
You don't think the cult's taken off? You don't think you'll be able to go like to real life cult retreat KFC camp?
it's not in the North Pole, is it?
No, not yet.
Be Amazon, I guess.
Yeah.
That's where the egg is.
Yeah, you're going to have to find the egg. It's
We should
real
start
life.
to tell children this.
Imagine in
Children
like
should not be listening to this show.
imagine in 50 years this is like a solidified cult and their
I hope.
their
Ooh.
like entrance video is this
Their
commercial.
entrance video, or is it
Yeah.
their wrestling too?
No, like I mean not their entrance video like
Oh, like
them.
indoctrination
Yeah.
with the cult. They have
like
to watch
they
the
watch
egg
this
on a
video.
loop.
Mm-hmm.
This is their Xenu.
This is the new Scientology. KFC,
Oh.
baby.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, and so their chief of marketing or whatever says we want to build a cult like following, or do they?
I don't think that's something you can set out to do.
No,
Like,
I think they
that's
just
the point of the cult following is to
Crazy
not.
sentence to
plan
just
on
say
it.
too.
yeah.
He's like, I want a cult
cult
for KFC.
like. Is,
Yeah.
that what he said?
Yeah, cult-like.
Yeah, that's probably saving him a lot of lawsuit right there.
Yeah.
The ad,
Cult like.
the ad tapped into, quote, the mood of the nation we're living in this mad world.
So true.
You hear it at the dinner party conversations, people asking, what can you even believe anymore? End quote. They want people to bring this up at dinner and go, is this a real cult? You guys see the KFC cult?
It could be AI. It could be real.
Dude, those people.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that can't tell what's AI and what's not.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we talk about AI all the time, but that's fucking scary.
But if you look at this and
this
say
is fake.
it could be real,
You know someone.
they could be dunking people in gravy.
It's there's got to be someone, or there wouldn't be outrage. There's got to be someone who looked at this and at least, not that the video itself was real, but thought that this is some kind of real call to action. Of like, what is KFC planning with this? What are they trying to get me to do?
They want us to meet up in Kentucky.
Sell
What
more
are the ulterior
gravy.
motives?
I hear the call.
But
I
again,
smell the chicken. Finger licking good.
I guess it's the point of advertising and or subliminal advertising, but like, can you think of a commercial or ad that's genuinely want to make you buy that product, especially in food?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, all the time.
really?
I'll be sitting on my phone, see an ad for something, maybe Culver's.
Yeah,
It's like, well, I do need dinner.
I do need Culver's.
I'm very
You are
susceptible.
right. I don't. So like, I'll get ads on like Facebook and stuff for like,
Mhm.
here's this cool jacket, and I'm like, that is a cool jacket, and then I don't buy it.
Well, yeah, that's
But like,
true.
I'll look at it, I'll open the ad, but I don't think I've ever like fallen for food marketing.
Especially not the cult.
216-859-8699. Let me know what your order is from KFC. Hey, welcome back to the Rebel Radio Show. We didn't just spend 20 minutes talking about Jared Fogle during the break.
Who?
No, don't know him. Don't know him. Not a fan of corporately created market men.
No.
Not a fan of pedophiles.
Not affiliated.
Not at all. Don't want to be. Don't want to be sponsored by Subway just because they put their stock behind Jared Fogle.
Yeah,
I'll say it.
I don't like them anyway. I don't usually eat there.
I can't tell you the last time I ate Subway. Probably more recently than I'd like to
Yeah,
think, but
maybe
like
a couple months ago.
they're not. I'm like, damn, I want Subway
No, it's like
That's
oh,
why they
they're
have
right
them in
here.
Walmart. They're like
because you're here. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're here to get your
you
car
run.
washed.
And they do have that like distinct smell of like, oh, that's Subway.
Yeah,
It's literally just the smell of bread.
Okay, yeah.
it's the smell of
It
dropping.
gets me going.
It's the smell of dropping 30 pant sizes with Jared Vogel. What a fucking misstep, huh?
Yeah,
And
no.
you put your entire company on that guy's back. These diddling kids.
They probably didn't see that coming, but you know,
I feel like if you're gonna corporately create a mascot and a spokesman like that, you gotta do more research.
and think about it. We haven't really seen a company do anything like that since.
That's true.
So
I think the closest is the Colonel, but the Colonel is a concept of recurring different like interchangeable people.
is the Colonel? Was he a real person?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like a controversy over the Sanders lineage because like I guess the next actual like blood related Colonel Sanders.
Oh.
Colonel is a title that family has for whatever they do.
Oh,
But like he has been ousted from the company and like there's a legal battle back and forth.
No.
We'll do a whole hour show on Colonel Sanders apparently at some point because there's just so much KFC to talk about. But I've also got to talk about Synergy Music Studio based out of Chicago for recording, mixing, mastering, production, demo work, or session work, even reamping services. Synergy Music Studio is your one-stop shop for local and independent artists or musicians or anyone even just starting out in the music scene, even if you're not in Chicago. SynergyMusicStudio.com gets you their full lexicon of services and get you started on the right track to get your next single, EP, album, or radio release ready to be released. GenericClothes.com, also a sponsor of WSRR Radio and hosting, alongside Behind Enemy Lines, the March Madness Tournament that kicks off today with Bracketology. It officially starts tomorrow. If you're listening to this in podcast form on Wednesday, you've already missed the boat. But for all of those who are entered, you have your chance at winning a contest winner t-shirt courtesy of GenericClothes.com by filling out your March Madness bracket, and the first place winner will receive that.
And you gotta beat me.
So good luck. This guy
Good
invented
luck.
college basketball.
I live it. I breathe it. Not really. My favorite team didn't get in, so I'm disengaged now. But I will win anyway.
Well, no one cares about the details. Get to the point with GenericClothes.com. We're back here on the Rebel Radio Show, 216-859-8699. That number to text in, especially if you need to make a police report about robots. Don't do that. I probably can't say that because I can't take police reports. This is a satire. We really need to get that disclaimer at the start of the show again.
Yeah.
There's 2 robots in Ohio that work for the police force now.
So basically, the
In
Dublin, Ohio Police Department is getting 2 RoboCops to police the city.
Wow.
Actual RoboCop from the movie.
Straight up RoboCop.
How fitting in
Killed
Dublin.
2 cops and put them back together with robot parts.
So yeah, that's like what's the movie with
RoboCop.
Oh, that is the name of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
The movie's RoboCop.
Yikes, Eric! I gotta learn that one. Okay.
You don't need to watch RoboCop.
I don't.
No.
No.
I don't know why that movie is like. To me, it's good because it's bad. But I
Okay.
think people genuinely love RoboCop.
I've heard good things. Now I've heard bad
It's
things.
cool design.
Let us know if you like RoboCop.
Yeah, 216-859-8699. Are you pro RoboCop? They put him in fucking Mortal Kombat at some point. I don't know.
Oh.
Put him in Fortnite.
But the police chief has said that this is going to help maximize the department's resources because these robots have 360-degree cameras. They record, and they only record as the robot patrols the designated pathways. Has a 2-way communication feature, a light, and a call box feature. So basically, they're like the emergency buttons on a campus.
You've
But
made a ring
roaming.
doorbell. You've made a moving ring doorbell.
What I think about is like the all right, this is gonna be maybe a weird reference, but the Skibidi Toilet like series of the robots with the cameras on the heads. That's what I'm imagining. Anybody out there listening who have seen that, you know what I'm talking about.
Right, kids?
Yeah. I'm not proud that I know that, but yeah.
There was the college dorm robot, police robot. That was like the campus security. that had like the little stick that would poke you with if it got in its way?
Oh, you mean
Oh,
the thing that
yeah.
would take food around?
No.
Maybe?
So you guys are talking about two different robots.
Oh.
So there's the food delivery robot that has the little like truck,
Yeah,
It's
he's kind of
like-
cute.
tiny
It's
little
got that
cute
dump
truck,
truck.
and people put the food in there and yada yada.
Yeah.
But that will literally just honk at you if you get in its way. It stops and
If
it
I
honks. and
if
it
I
tells you
see
to
any
move.
of these things, I'm kicking them over.
Well,
The-
no, because people would do that, and then it would like make sad robot noises.
It's not fooling me.
Aw.
The
not fooling
school-
me.
I felt bad for him.
the campus security one, it had like a little stick that like it
Would
just
jab
run
it.
into you.
Oh,
But
What was that one for?
I'm not sure.
Right. just to terrorize college students.
I've seen a couple videos of actual police robots that have been implemented elsewhere. This is just the first time in Ohio, but
I hate this.
I've seen them, and all
Yeah.
they do is this video that I saw specifically was a robot pulled up on this guy and was like, "Stop! You are trespassing. Please leave
I'm
immediately."
kicking it over.
And like it had a little face and a front-facing camera, so the guy consistently stood behind it until it didn't see him anymore, and
Like-
slapped a sticker on him and left.
are you still there?
Dude, vandalizing them by putting stickers on them is great.
That is great. So it's not a very good robot. It's not
Oh,
like
no.
It's a fucking camera.
it's not like one of those Boston Dynamics,
Right.
You know,
We have the technology.
we do.
If we're going to invest in robots for the police force, let's invest in it.
I suppose.
I think-
Securitron.
Yeah, I
like
think-
Fallout.
I think
type
my
shit.
biggest issue with this is how much money did the police spend of the city's money for
Oh.
2 moving cameras? You could have put fucking security cameras up on these streets and had the same efficiency.
And they're like the call bots as well, so like you can call. the
Cameras have
police from
fucking
them.
audio now.
Everybody has a
Whoa.
cell phone.
But I think that the draw is that these things run themselves.
They look cool.
Well,
for
that's
12
12
hours.
for
So-
12 hours.
So they will roam for 12 hours before they need to be recharged.
I'm
Oh.
stealing the charger.
So that's why they have 2 of them. Day
Yeah.
shift,
Yeah.
night shift. You know,
There
one
you
of
go.
them. One of them sees the true, crime. The other one just kind of helps old ladies
Got
cross
2
the
of
street.
these fucking things on payroll. Can you believe that? Splitting the job. Get out of here.
Now, one thing I know about Dublin, it's a bit of a nicer area of Ohio.
Yeah.
So
So they can afford to have the robots.
I'm assuming, yeah.
They're not going to get vandalized.
Well,
Mm,
they probably will.
I would listen. I'm not saying I would.
hypothetical
however-
land here.
Hypothetically.
However, allegedly, hypothetically, theoretically speaking, of course,
do you have stickers?
I'd put stickers on this robot.
Oh yeah,
I'd kick this robot over if it got in my way. If it really fucking annoyed me.
that would be assaulting an officer.
Oh, it
no.
You
would.
can't do that.
That's vandalism. That's assaulting an officer. Destruction
Yeah.
of police property.
Yeah. What if you
Destruction
just
of city property?
What if you just took it though?
I think they'd be able to find it.
I
I
bet
don't
they
think it has
have
a camera,
GPS
first
on
of
it.
all.
And a camera, yeah. It probably like
just put a bag over its
Let's
head
hotwire it. Oh, put a fucking trash bag on it and take it. Kidnap the robot.
and put it in like a Faraday cage or whatever. So-
Yeah.
put a boot on it.
By the way, hypothetically.
Yeah, no, not,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
not
yeah.
advising.
No.
This is
Is that a devious lick?
that is
Oh.
one of the most devious licks.
But also, yeah, this thing is harmless.
It's a fucking camera.
It's just a camera.
I hate it. I hate that the police spend money on a camera.
At this point, nothing. It doesn't surprise me. At
No,
this
it doesn't
point.
surprise me.
I hope that it boosts their numbers or whatever. Try to justify it.
Do you really think? Put yourself into a situation where you are running up to if you're running up to a police officer for help, that makes sense, right?
Do
Yeah.
not run up to a police officer, number one.
But no, running
Poor
away from a
choice.
situation, trying to find help.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing available is this police fucking robot, and you have to stop, wait, and try and catch it. I'm assuming it stops in front of you if you approach it.
Yeah, you got to
But,
pass like the dialogue test, like you go to McDonald's and have the AI cashier.
yeah.
You have to wait for it to be like, "What would you like to report?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
Processing.
Do you have to wait a time limit, or is it there to help immediately? Call button. Someone's talking to me.
Everyone
Right.
has a phone. Just call 911.
Yeah.
True.
I don't see this
You
thing.
can text 911.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't see this thing helping what we
Exponentially?
already have
Yeah.
for crime fighting.
This also insinuates, because their whole claim is that people will be able to see or keep an eye on these areas before an actual officer arrives if something's happening. That
Yeah.
insinuates that someone's going to be watching these feeds all the time, which is not the case.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Because they have traffic cameras that nobody watches all the time.
Yeah.
They have cameras already.
I'm also thinking maybe I assume there's AI built into these things, and maybe the AI can,
Alerts you to something going on.
Yeah, something like that.
All right, new goal. Trick the AI. That's the new goal of it. Trick the AI. Just start like giving out information.
Couldn't be that hard.
Make it think it works at like Papa John's or something.
Yeah.
216-859-8699.
Whoever's the owner of the gray sedan, you left the Rebel radio show playing.
I have this weird concept
Mm-hmm.
that I'll never be able to shake, I don't think, because I've had it for years now.
Do you want to talk about
It's
it?
called hepatitis. No, I have this weird, it's a concept I've been working on.
Oh.
No, I got this weird concept that I think about quite often, especially when we talk about like robots and stuff. We talked about the fact off of the air that robots communicate to each other in like their own little like Morse code language. Yeah. Did you play Animal Crossing with each other?
That was my impersonation of that.
But like in my mind, if I were to take headphones and plug them right into the router, plug them right into the world's big router, the one that makes all the internet,
Oh,
right into the 5G line itself.
Into the cloud.
Yeah, and if I was going to plug into the cloud, I think the internet sounds like dial-up. Like,
oh,
it is just in my mind that as internet is moving through the stratosphere, if you were able to hear it, it would sound like dial-up. I know that's not the case. I know that's
okay,
not true.
but that's your headcanon.
But my headcanon is internet sounds like dial-up. If something goes wrong where you can hear the internet, it sounds like dial-up.
Yeah, I can believe that.
That's
Sure.
What I just
Where
want
you
everyone to
can
think about
hear
that.
the internet.
That's what I want to think about that. If your internet breaks and you can hear it, 'cause you shouldn't be able to.
you've got problems.
If you hear dial-up in your day-to-day life, please consult the doctor. If you hear the best song you've ever heard,
Uh-huh.
is it going to be as memorable if you're listening on Spotify? Or are you
Ooh.
going to remember it better if it's on Cool Vinyl?
Oh, vinyl for sure.
That's what I'm saying. You got to make your next album release something special, not just a bunch of ones and zeros floating around online. Don't make it
No.
sound like dial-up.
Yeah.
Don't even give it the chance.
Nobody would buy that.
Go to hellbendervinyl.com. They're one of America's most trusted custom vinyl record pressing plants. They work with local and independent artists to get their next album release ready exactly to their liking, and every customer gets 5 free test presses to make sure it looks exactly how they want. They're hellbent on quality, hellbent on service, hellbendervinyl.com. There's no need to apologize for Cool Vinyl. However, there probably is a reason to apologize if you're hosting a marathon over the span of 2 days and you run out of cups on day 1.
Yeah.
And your solution, find as many of the cups you can, wash them, and send them back out for day 2.
Day 2? Day 2 cups?
Day 2 cups, dude.
Day 2 cups used?
Use day 2 cups.
Washed.
Cooked.
Cooked.
You're cooked.
Frozen? No.
No.
Okay.
Steamed, maybe?
So you're telling me...
I
Steamed hams.
personally don't have a problem with this.
I hate it.
So you're okay with them reusing, I assume, plastic cups?
Yeah.
They washed them.
If they washed them, it's fine. I think the problem
No.
comes into where they say they found them. So my problem is if these cups were thrown on the side of the road of the raceway, I guess.
That's how
Or
it works.
if they were like in a garbage can and you found those and you washed those.
What's the difference? What? Hang on. Let me ask you this
Yeah.
before you even finish. What's the difference? Because where do they find them that isn't that
If
it's
the-
okay to reuse them?
If they were standing at the drink station,
Yep.
drank their little cup,
Yep. You don't stand at the drink
slammed
station.
it back down on the table,
You gotta go.
and the rest of the cups get stacked into that cup.
No. There's no time.
And- Okay, in that scenario only, I think I'm okay with it.
I'm
Yes.
still not.
Thank you.
But it has to be like the washing. I have a lot of questions about because I wouldn't put them in like a washing machine.
Like
I
an
think-
actual dishwasher, yeah.
No, yeah, like somebody with
It
a
would have
sponge,
to be like sponge
Yeah.
and yeah.
and soap.
And to that,
Yeah,
the people that signed up to work this marathon
right.
did not sign up to wash cups.
No, they did
So
not.
when you're told you got to wash all these cups, you know they're not doing a thorough job
Absolutely not.
because they don't want to be there washing cups.
Unless it's like the organizer, like just awake for 24 hours, just washing these cups before
Yellow
the race.
rubber gloves on,
Yeah,
sponge,
yeah. That's kind of what I'm imagining happened.
industrial kitchen.
Now, my counter argument to this,
Yeah.
and I think this is pretty foolproof.
Yep.
Go to the store.
Yeah.
I guess, but what if the
No.
race itself was for something environmentally friendly and they were like, fuck, we're going to spend more money on these plastic ass cups.
If that's the case, and
By the way, there are paper cups.
that's
Oh, okay.
exactly what I
So
was going to
now
say.
that
Paper
is-
cups.
That is an issue for me because paper cups, they tend to absorb
You
a
can't
little bit.
wash paper cups.
Yeah.
That's
You
not a
can't-
thing you can do.
You can't even fully submerge a paper cup.
It will dissolve like a Dixie cup. Is
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
imagining.
yeah. Pretty much a Dixie cup.
Even the little bottoms, they usually, like, the seams there at the bottom absorb the water and stuff starts to drip out eventually.
Yeah.
So this was not a decision made by the person that organized the marathon.
Oh.
The person that organized the marathon went on a record and said, "We do not condone the sharing or reusing of cups. We take this very seriously and will now be speaking to our teams post-race to strengthen our process for the future."
Ooh, so this was a rogue volunteer.
Someone made the call.
Someone was like,
Yeah.
shit, we don't have enough cups. Find them.
Wash them.
Why wasn't your thought call the person in charge and be like, hey, we're out of cups? You're not paying for them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also not like an emergency. Like, oh my gosh, there's still like 100 people out there. We need cups. Quick, wash 100 of them.
Right.
No, it was like tomorrow
we're
need
going to be
some-
out of cups.
Like, just buy some more cups.
Or a bunch of water bottles.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I've ran one of these races before, and it's literally like you just got like 100 cups on a table.
And you
You
grab
grab one, you slam it in your face, and you throw the cup. Like
Yeah.
that's usually how it works. You keep running, and yeah. So it's meant to be disposable.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
That's
of it.
why they do it paper, right?
That's why. Yeah. That's why they do it like that.
Yeah.
Because when you're running
What a stupid fucking
13
call.
miles, yeah, you don't want
I
to
gotta
hold
hold
on
this
to, yeah, you
cup.
don't want to hold on to it, and you don't necessarily need like a ton of water.
Right.
It's just enough to get you to the next water station. So, yeah, you're going to go through a lot of cups, but be prepared for that.
What kind of stupid fucking logic? To be like, we got to wash them, I guess.
Where are they washing them?
where are they washing them? Who's collecting them and being like, gotta save them? Gotta
Unless-
save these.
They have 2 Home Depot buckets, one with soapy water and
One with bleach.
Yeah.
Bleach, water, cups good.
And if I was a runner and after the fact I was told that I was given a used cup,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd be pretty pissed.
Oh,
I think.
yeah.
I mean, I probably wouldn't care that much because at that point you're like, I don't care, just give me water.
Well, are you pissed off at the restaurant when you get used silverware,
Yes.
used plate?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
used-
absolutely I am. If I can tell it's been
Yeah.
used, absolutely.
I'm not saying you can tell it's been used, but they are used.
Oh, wait. Well, what are you saying?
They're like cleaned by the restaurant.
Uh-huh.
And not every restaurant has like an industrial washer. Some of them wash by hand.
If
Oh.
I'm going to a restaurant under the impression that, it's a restaurant, they're going to reuse their products, right?
Yeah.
Someone else is going to have to drink from this cup that I'm drinking from.
Yeah.
I would expect that cup not to be paper. That is my
Okay.
argument.
Okay.
If they had plastic or restaurant cups out here, maybe I'd be okay with them washing it.
Yeah.
But that's a stupid move. That's almost as stupid as washing paper cups.
I'm even thinking like a really sturdy paper cup, like a coffee
Sure.
cup that you would get from a coffee shop
Yeah.
or whatever. That's a pretty sturdy cup. You might be able to rinse it out a few times, but there's no need to do that.
I can't wrap my head around the thought process.
Me either.
Was someone like, all right, got to pick up all the cups, knowing that they don't have cups for tomorrow, and was like, man, there's a lot of these. We could just use these again.
Yeah. Any part of that process, there should have been somebody that said, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like picking them up. I don't want to do that. Taking them home. I don't want to do that. Washing
the
them.
cups.
I don't want to do that. Bring them back. Fill them up with water again. There's so many parts.
I don't understand at any point
At any point.
why someone doesn't just call the person in charge.
Yeah.
If you're out of cups, that is not something that you are responsible for.
No.
You don't have to problem solve.
But also, they have now, assumingly, significantly more less cups than they did the day before.
Right. They're definitely not getting, if there's 100 cups, well, there's 10,000 people, so they're not getting 10,000 cups back.
So if they ran out of cups the first day, they're going to run out of these cups even faster the second day.
Less water.
That's true. Way less
used
water.
cups.
And
There's no pro. There is no pro to this
there's not a
situation.
single pro to
You
this.
saved $6 at Dollar Tree
Literally.
getting cups?
Yeah. And I'm also kind of thinking it might have been like a very zealous volunteer that was like, I'm gonna save the
Yeah.
day. by-"
Soccer mom vibes of like,
Yeah.
why would we ever buy cups? I can fix this.
Yeah, we could just reuse them. that was my thought of how they probably sounded.
No, that's exactly how it sounded. I think there's an audio clip.
Why would we throw these out?
Yeah, see, there's the audio clip.
Just reuse them. Oh wait, this is in Britain. Why would we throw these out?
You know what? If it's in Britain, it makes more sense. Those dirty fucking Brits.
Yeah, Britain more like
I'm surprised they didn't have a bean station out there. You stupid fucking.
I'm willing to bet that the organizer had more cups laying around somewhere.
There
I'm
had
sure.
to be. There had to be.
They were probably at mile, 5,
right.
farthest out in the race, and they're like, they're never gonna get us these cups.
I wonder if that's what it is. I wonder if like one water stop was out of cups
yeah.
and didn't know how to proceed, and they're like, "Shit, do we tell someone?" No, they'll be mad if we run out of cups, right?
Like, well, we are in charge of mile 5.
Mile 5 needs cups.
Mile 5 needs cups.
We will have cups tomorrow.
Mile 5 isn't gonna let them down. Actually, again, this is in Britain, so it's probably
Kilometer
kilometers.
5, yeah.
So I mean, kilometer 15
There you go.
ish and some change.
That's what they call it. That's what it's labeled. Kilometer 15-ish and some change.
We don't run out of cups around here.
Yeah,
Quality
why-
pre-owned cups.
My biggest question is why wouldn't you call the organizer and just be like, "Hey, we're out of cups."
Worst case scenario. I'm talking worst case scenario that wouldn't happen. The organizer goes, "All right, can you go pick some up and I will pay you back?" You spend what? $6 on cups?
And
Sorry, 13 pounds on cups?
yeah, and how long do you think it takes you to get those cups?
Probably maybe 20 minutes.
Well, you gotta take the bus because you don't have a car in Britain.
Because you're in Britain.
Yeah, right. And you gotta go on the opposite side of the road, so
Yeah.
40 minutes.
40,
There you go.
40 minutes. to
Add
get some
20
cups.
minutes just because it's in Britain.
Yeah.
Give a buffer of 10 minutes maybe.
For the bus.
Yeah.
All right. How long do you think it takes to wash like 1,000 cups?
Fun fact, just because we're talking about it. Dollar store, do you know what it's called in Britain?
The Euro store.
Pound
Pound
World.
store?
Pound World.
Oh.
Greatest name for a store I've ever heard in my life.
Pound World.
That's the one thing the UK has going for it is Pound World.
Give me a 1 pound,
Meeting
please.
someone at Pound World tonight.
Is it a pound 25 there too?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, to get pounded?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, at the dollar store, like
keep my-
Dollar Tree, it's no longer a dollar. It's
Oh.
$1.25.
I keep my pulse on the prostitution prices in England, by
But-
the way.
Also, Dollar Tree has a weird $5 and above section, so
In
Right.
America, this wouldn't have happened. We just wouldn't have run out of cups. We'd have extra
Right.
cups. We'd have a surplus of cups.
Yeah, we're
Because
always
who
buying
cares
more.
about waste?
We're always buying more here.
the race would be over and we'd still have plenty of cups.
Just throw them away. Buy more
no.
cups the next race.
Oh no, the cups cost a couple quid, sir. What am I going to do? Wash them.
Fucking watch them.
Again, I'm thinking it's probably some volunteer general
It's got yeah.
that's like,
Took it way
you
too
need to
serious.
wash these cups now.
Took it way too serious.
Wash them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is insane. It's a Britain thing.
It's- yeah, it's a Britain thing.
chalking this one up to a Britain thing.
Yeah, those dumb fucking Brits in their stupid cup shortage.
Yeah, and think about it. They're running a half marathon, so if this happened in Marathon Greece, I bet you they had cups.
Oh, anywhere else would have had cups. Canada, they would have had cups.
Definitely cups.
Turkey, cups.
Cups.
Hell, they could do it in the Ukraine right now. They'd have cups.
Oh, and here's another thought. Where were they getting the water? Was it from like a big old water like bottle? Like a gallon or liter of water? Or was it like a hose?
They could have just sprayed them.
Could have just
right?
sprayed and
Yeah, come by
Well, rinse 'em
Station 5
off.
for a spray.
throw some soap on
Why
there.
don't they- why don't no, I meant the runners. Spray the runners as they come by. with the
Oh.
hose.
I bet some runners would like that.
I
That'd
think
be
that's
awesome,
I think that's a
honestly.
viable
Yeah.
solution to cups in general.
You really don't need cups.
Yeah. Mile
Take
5.
a sip from the hose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray them with this like a soda gun.
Yeah, there's like a
Give them the jet attachment on there. Really
Yeah.
fucking gun them with it.
like the water fountains that you can kind of like
oh
run.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like they put them on football fields.
Yeah.
I think that the cup system is outdated.
Yeah. Who needs cups?
I think they were better off not replacing the cups.
They, yeah.
They just need to
Deal with it.
streamline drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, you need water? Oh, you need water? Sorry, I gotta stop. We want a bottle of water. You didn't train for this?
They made that shit up. That accent.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it. I hate that they have the audacity to sit here and call it the Queen's tongue and that we butcher it. You made up that fucking accent to sound different from us. Fuck you.
Just drink water.
Say water bottle.
Water
There's T's in it, dude.
bottle.
You made the fucking language. There's T's in it. Pronounce them. Fuck.
Yeah.
I know washing cups was getting me so mad about the Brits.
I was gonna say that's That's all I've really gotten from this one.
I was all for this until I figured out they were paper cups.
I thought you were gonna say
That's
they're
true.
British.
No, that is the crux. Just
Yeah.
the whole thing is so dumb. Just buy more cups.
Do they have plastic cups
Case
in
closed.
the UK?
I
Is it
don't
not
know.
allowed?
Well, we don't
There's a lot
have
of stuff that's not allowed.
yeah. We don't have plastic bags here in this part of Ohio.
Prove it.
I don't have one on me.
Well, I guess they don't exist. You're right. No, they did away with plastic bags. I remember that happening. That was a thing. But they're still here. I still go to
Yeah,
the store
I
and
still
get a
see it
plastic
too.
bag.
Yeah.
So where did they get rid of plastic bags? Because I didn't ever see it happen.
I don't know. I
They
think
said no more plastic in Ohio.
yeah.
Nothing has changed.
And a lot of the bagless stores are closing down.
Yeah. Like Aldi and
Oh.
Save-A-Lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a
true.
weird. Is that an Ohio thing? Is Aldi and Save-A-Lot Ohio?
Aldi is, I think, from Sweden.
Is it?
Yeah.
Those fucking sweet.
Like, yeah. I think it was
They're bagless society.
Sven Aldi. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I made that one.
No.
Giant Eagle.
I'm not letting you get away with that one.
And Sven Save-A-Lot.
Sven Aldi is not the fucking name.
Giant
And everyone
Eagle
knows it's
does-
John Save-A-Lot, by the way. Yeah, Giant Eagle's an Ohio thing.
And they do paper bags.
You can get plastic bags at Giant Eagle.
Can
I've
you?
gotten them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Depends what part of Ohio.
I guess.
Yeah.
Is it a Cuyahoga County thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, that make more sense then.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is
If
Summit.
you're not in
Yeah.
that county, you'll probably see all sorts of bags.
I see a lot of bags.
Or as the Brits would call them,
Sacks.
bags, sacks,
Sacks.
satchels.
Satchel.
Yeah.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know Aldi and Save-A-Lot, this is where I was going to go with this. I hate this concept. I fucking hate the concept of Aldi and Save-A-Lot.
The grocery stores.
Yeah, dude, fuck them.
Yeah.
Bringing your own bag?
grocery stores. You either have to bring your own bag that you carry with you the entire time you're there, or you have to pay for a fucking bag at the checkout. And it's
Yeah.
paper.
Right.
I hate that. Just bag my shit. This is such an American issue.
Yeah, I was
Just
gonna
bag
say.
my shit.
Yeah. I mean, I bring my little bags with
I
me.
hate it. I will never. I
Yeah.
will never bring a reusable bag to the store.
It is kind of awkward because when you get to the register, you have to like give them your bags, and sometimes they're like, "Are you buying these?" I'm like, "No, I brought
This
these.
is my bag.
It's my
How
bag."
dare you?
Yeah, but I'm trying to save the planet here. Don't charge me for it.
It's like walking into a Walmart or something and you have a drink in your hand when you walk in. You're drinking a Pepsi or something.
But what do they do?
I'm just saying. I always have that
Oh.
thought. If I'm doing something like that, of
Oh,
they're going to
yeah.
think I just took this Pepsi.
Yeah, it's like, no, this was mine to begin with.
I like really playing with the laws of the supermarket,
Yeah.
you know, because they're malleable.
Oh, listen,
Like, if I get a Pepsi off the shelf and drink the entire thing in the store, as long as I pay for the bottle,
Oh.
I'm fine.
I totally agree with that. When you're in like a grocery store and they have the donut section, dude, I'm gonna eat the donut while I'm shopping. I'll pay for it later, but most of the time I'll tell them, "Oh, by the way, I ate a donut," and they don't charge me for it. There's a
That's
little hack for
funny.
you.
This is
For you
okay.
folks at home, eat the donut while you're shopping. Just tell them, and if they don't hear you, you know what I mean?
We've seen the full spectrum of this now.
What do you
So,
mean?
My buddy Ethan.
Uh-huh.
Let's take this back a couple of years. Shane goes to the gas station,
Mm-hmm.
gets a slushie, drinks it in the store,
Oh,
leaves
same
because
concept.
that is
Oh.
him testing it out. He doesn't know if he's gonna get it. As long as he throws the cup away, he can drink it in the store. It's free.
Did this really happen?
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
multiple times. Yes. He'll die on this hill. Ethan, my friend Ethan, backs it up and goes, "Oh no, I understand that. Sometimes I go to the gas station and I'll eat a donut and leave."
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm
At
talking
least,
about.
at least you're like
Yeah.
telling them in most cases, like, "Hey, I ate a donut."
Yeah.
That's chaotic good.
Yeah, because like if they ring it up, they do. If they don't, they don't. You know,
Yeah.
that's on them. But I'll at least say,
Like, hey, I did this.
also, I got a donut. Be like, okay.
I wonder how many of them like don't register that you mean like from the store.
Yeah,
They think
Oh,
they're like,
yeah.
"I had a donut today." Cool, dude. What-
thanks for telling
I
me.
had eggs.
Sweet. You got a donut?
Sweet, dude. Oh yeah, I've had one too. Aren't they good? Think
Yeah,
it's like your
it was
first time eating a
delicious.
donut.
You could get one too. I could go
They're
get one
free.
for you. They said
They're just giving these things away back there.
they give you the little wax paper to take them.
That is like the last true trust system America has is the donuts.
That
Yeah,
and then
honestly.
And we're breaking it. We're ruining it.
Well, that and the whole grocery cart after you like put the grocery. You're supposed to put the grocery cart back in the little stall. I mean, that's kind of the same
As
aura.
long as it's on the property.
Oh, come on!
I'm not saying. Listen, if the cart corral is there,
It's the litmus test for
it's
like
going in the
decency.
corral. If it's there, it's going in.
Okay,
But if I'm nowhere near the cart corral, or if I'm
you
closer
parked there.
if I'm closer to the front of the store, for my argument to that, if I'm closer to the front of the store, I'll just pop it up on the curb of the store. They got their cart back.
No, yeah, I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not like leaving it into someone's spot or chucking it. I'll put it somewhere convenient.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah. Or
I
I
mean,
take it home.
it's more convenient if it was in the stall.
They need to fucking change where the stalls are then. What am I going to tell you, you know? If they don't put one by my car, what am I going to do?
Take it.
Take
Take it home.
Take it home. Free cart.
Free donut.
Didn't see a price. Anything's free, really, when you think about it.
Free water when you're running a half marathon.
We do just live in a society, after all.
Oh, one more thing to say about the half marathon. A lot of you pay to run the race.
Oh.
You pay money to run these races.
I expect
Yeah.
a clean cup.
Yeah, get a clean cup.
That's fair.
And they're usually expensive. I don't know about Britain,
Running a
but
marathon?
here, yeah, no, in America, it's expensive to run races.
Yeah, because it's going to a cause usually, and there's a
Sometimes, but not always.
really.
Yeah, like the Cleveland Marathon is like $100 just to run the half.
And you don't even get a clean cup.
And yeah, if I didn't get a clean cup, I would be like, whoa.
216-859-8699. Let me know if you're drinking out of a clean cup. Of course, we're live every Monday right here at 5 p.m. on WSRR Radio, saving the underground music scene. Nationally local, that means your local bands played nationwide. I used to say worldwide. I keep getting shit because the nation is not the world. So we'll cover the bases. Your local bands nationwide right here on WSRR. I want to say thank you again to Eric for joining us today.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And of course, you can check out our full lexicon of shows, schedules, showtimes, and more at WSRRradio.com. Thank you to our awesome sponsors that help us stay on the air and help local music stay on the air, like Synergy Music Studio out of Chicago, GenericClothes.com, and Hellbender Vinyl out of Pittsburgh, PA. You can check out our morning drive. That includes the Grab Bag Indie Insight, that's interviews with your local artists, as well as Behind Enemy Lines, your Cleveland sports show from Pittsburgh with Lucas and Dom. That happens 10 a.m. every week right here on WSRR, your midday programming, your drive time with the Pigeonhole, Off Air, and the Rebel Radio Show at 5 p.m. weekdays. And, of course, 10 p.m. is True Vault Escapades. That's your Fallout-based radio drama from Preston Harden and his crew. They do an awesome job, so make sure you check them out as well. Follow all of our social medias. WSRRadio.com gets you all those, including the Discord server, where you can chat with us 24/7, 365, and live on a variety of topics. Until next time, I've been Radio's Rebel DJ Style. Eric's to my right.
The ginger representation on this St. Patrick's Day. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. And on the board is Jules.
Adios.
Until next time, peace.